Hey, you little stonker. Look at you. Whee! Who wants to stay with the naughty girl? I'm really liking this little ewe here. She's not a huge sheep. She's got quite a nice shape. Lovely little lamb on her. And she's calmed down heaps. Old mama here with her too. She's the only set of twins I've got. Little brown tips on the little ewe lamb around the tips of her ears. And this little fella's a total character. We're going to talk about this girl here. If you watch my other video, you can see that she's in the naughty corner. And I've actually been quite successful of mothering that lamb back onto this ewe. It's her own lamb. She had a bit of a hard birth. And she is feeding him, you can see. She's got a little bit of a hunch up every now and again. She's not hunched at the moment, but she does a little bit. And the lamb's working pretty hard to try and get a feed. I'm going to hop in and have a bit of a look at him. And I'll show you what I think is going to be a bit of an issue. So we're going to check the lamb whether he's had a bit of a feed. Okay, and so hand under, so it's poking out nicely. So he has got some milk in him. Hey, good boy. The problem that I have is this ewe's udder is rock hard. Absolutely rock hard. One side worse than the other. So you can see I'm pushing on the udder and it's not really going in. It's not nice and fleshy. It's like a baseball, like if I describe it, and this side's actually a lot worse than this side. And the lamb spends a lot of time trying to get a feed, and there's not a lot of milk coming out. Hey buddy, can I just get in there and I want to check what milk's coming out, eh? You see there, the milk on my hand, it just ran off. It's not chunky, there's no blood, it's not yucky, it's not like yogurt. Hey buddy, you're doing great. Let's have a look under here. That is very hard. And that other side's worse than this side, isn't it, buddy? And here, that front piece, it's just rock hard. It really is, and she's actually got 4 nipples too. 4 nipples too. That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Feed that baby again, eh? Let's get you outside, get you on grass. So I've done a job of mothering this lamb back onto a ewe that may actually not be able to produce enough milk to feed him. So this ewe, going back in the history of this particular ewe, she is a two-tooth. No, I bought this ewe as a two-tooth. She's now a rising 4-tooth, so she's coming up 2 years old, so that about now she's turning 2. I've got no history because I purchased her from a sale. Now when she came on farm, tits, teeth and toes. Checked the teeth and the jaw. Checked that she was a two-tooth as described, that there's no problems in the jaw. General check of the structure of the ewe. Had a bit of a look at her udder, and she didn't have an udder at that point in time. And of course checked the feet on her. I bought her cheap enough that she could have been a butcher's ewe at that time, so it didn't bother me. She was a cheap sheep. out of a sale of 5,000 sheep, and a pen of 10 animals. Most bigger farmers don't want a small lot, or to be bothered with a small lot. And she's not a bad looking sheep, actually. I don't mind that look of sheep. A little bit much in the legs. I'd like a little bit more body, but not too bad. And so yesterday she had a little bit of a hard birth. I could see her from the house, and she mucked around a little while, but she did get it out on her own. And she was a little bit sore, and then she just went outside into the paddock to graze. And the lamb did everything on his own. He actually got up, got standing, and said, "Where's my mum? Where's my milk?" All on his lonesome, without any cleaning from her, any assistance from her. He just did it. And these little lambs are great at that. They're really strong little lambs. So from that point of view, he's done really, really well. I got the ewe in and I put her in the naughty corner, and I did notice that her udder was quite hard. And I've seen this before with first time ewes. What I thought was a first time ewe is they can be quite firm in the udder. More than just milk, it's not really that fleshy. And then they just come into their milk, and they all settle down and everything just works. This one, I'm not so certain. I think there's something more to this girl, unfortunately. I think she may have had some mastitis in the past, or something's gone wrong in the past, and it's affected her udder, and I've bought someone else's problem. And that's okay, we accept that when we're buying sheep. But I just have to deal with it. Fortunately, we actually had a goat at the farm that kidded yesterday. So we will have goat kids coming along, so that lamb may be able to go on the feeder at the goat farm. And it's bad news for the ewe. Okay, we're upside down. And here's our udder. There's the extra nipples, there and there. You see here, look at this, this is just a massive lump. There's no, I can't squeeze that. Right back to there. This side's not as affected as that side, but again, it's hard. There's no fleshiness to the udder. And right up in here, very, very hard. Like right under here, very hard. So definitely more affected on the right quarter, or right half. Hey buddy, oh. Get in there. Sorry, miss. And you see she's in the process of growing an extra tooth there. And farting. Hey, you feel better? Better out than in. Good girl. She's making the right noises now. Let's have a look at this udder. So we've got main nipple and we've got a spare one. Same on both sides. You can see this here. See how it's very round and very, very hard. Look, very hard. Under here, around there. Oh, someone settle, 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 settle. That is not a healthy udder. There's something wrong. I would suggest it's had an issue in the past and I've purchased a problem, but it should be nice. And can you stop farting at me? Right. What's a real pain is, of course, I have mothered this lamb back onto the ewe. If I had have done a bit closer inspection and dumped her over like I just did, I'm fairly certain I would have made a different decision. The lamb is actually doing well. He's got his colostrum, so that's really important. We'll get the ewe out in the paddock again. We'll give her some grass. We'll have a chat with the vet, see what the vet says. and I will update you on what we find. Now, I've seen mastitis before, and it's normally really, really hot. I've seen, wait for your baby. Cool. Good girl. And the chunky yogurt that comes out, or the blood, and you strip them out, but I haven't seen one like this where it's rock hard and it still has some milk. And you see, this is 2 days since the ewe lambed, and that lamb is still alive. What I've done with this ewe and the udder is I made a very quick video. I've actually just posted it on my YouTube, and I've sent it to the vet, sent him a link so he could look at it. Also talked to a couple of trusted mates, and they all agree that I've purchased a problem, and I've had to accept that, and that it was either very hard to detect or I just simply missed it on my checking. And these things do happen, we're aware of that. The vet did make a couple of suggestions with regard to products I could give to try and get some milk production going, but he said it was unlikely to help in this case. He really, his opinion, professional opinion, was that it was probably futile to try and to do much with it. As it is, I've left that lamb on the ewe. I've been monitoring it, and the normal consequences of a condition like this, especially in a commercial mob, would be lower lamb growth. And I've accepted that is the case by leaving the lamb on the ewe. I've been checking that lamb every day, check it's healthy, check it's moving, checking it has got some growth going on, and it's, so far, fingers crossed, it has been achieving that. The other possible scenario is that ewe milks for 4, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, and then just dries off. It could be 3 weeks. In which case I would get a very, very stunted lamb. It's possible that a lamb at 4 to 5 weeks may survive with plenty of grass, but I would really notice that lamb. It's marked, it's ear tagged. I can pick it out on the paddock, so I'm keeping an eye on that. But trying to bottle feed a lamb that's even been on a ewe for 2 or 3 weeks can be a real struggle. But so far that lamb has been doing okay. It's nice and early born, so it's got plenty to grow as well, which helps. And they're on a heap of grass because I've had them down in the neighbour's gully. Once the ewe has weaned that lamb, she will be culled in a way that no one else can have that problem. And I will be going over those ewes from that purchase very, very closely. The older ewes actually seem really good, which pleases me because I've sold a couple of the older ewes out of that mob. I don't like selling dud sheep. I like to sell proven, known, good ewes. And with the culls that I sell as such, they're really just not up to my standard, but still sufficiently good sheep. I probably should differentiate between a ewe that's finished its lifespan with me but is still productive, or I've found better ewes to replace them, as opposed to a cull that shouldn't be continued to be bred, or not a suitable ewe for someone else to use. It really becomes a meat proposition. In this case, that ewe will be turned into sausages, which is a harsh reality of life, but I know that if I turn it into sausages, then no one else can get that ewe and have any problems. So I hope that's been helpful, and it's a little reminder to check those udders, and if you do get a problem, flip those ewes over, have a look, get in there and have a relationship with your vet. Is really, really helpful when it comes to problems like this. Right, if you've got this far and you haven't already, subscribe, like the videos, maybe make a comment, share the videos, and we'll talk to you again soon. Catch you later.